Okay guys, I think it's time for another city update. Now this is, I think, less of an update but more like I would call it explanation video of some things that I want to do in the future with the city. So yeah, there's still some progress that I made, but I'm gonna show you things that I will do in the future that I planned and that I'm gonna do in the next time. So first things first, I've made some progress, of course, here. So last time I told you I want to make this, build this with snot techniques, so studs on the side basically, and I think it looks pretty good. The white, the original Lego white, is a little bit more yellowish than the white they print on the streets. So this is not like these pieces are not yellowed. They're pretty much new pieces. So that looks just a little bit off, but I think it's gonna work out. I think it looks good, so it'll do the job. I made this thing a little bit sturdier by just adding the sidewalks and these side walls. I'm still not done, as you can see over here and in this gap. I already built the supports in here, so you can see there I just have the supports for the street so that I can put vehicles and stuff on here, just so that nothing will fall apart, nothing will bend. So on this side I now reinforce this platform here, like the structure under the street. You know, these are all base plates and they're all just laying on a big construction of Technic bricks basically, and it's now very sturdy. I can hit it and nothing will fall down. I also built here some lines for the fire station entrance there. And speaking of which, I moved this thing. So in my last video, if you haven't seen that yet, please check it out. It's up here in the corner. I had to move this thing over here because I had to make room for the Sanctum Sanctorum. I put that in my last video, and it's now standing next to the pet shop. The pet shop was previously, I built it kind of in a corner modular style. It previously had this nice little bank on the side. So I had these two standing next to each other. I might put a picture on the screen right now. So that's how it looked. And now that I got the Sanctum Sanctorum built, I needed another half-white modular building to put them side by side, and that just fitted perfectly. So I put these there, and I had to move my fire station over to here. And what was standing here before? Well, there was the Grand Emporium, so I moved that over here. And I moved the corner garage from this spot over to here. That's not too big of a change, I guess. That's just the best configuration that I can find right now. And it also makes sense because this fire brigade actually has a second entrance for the small fire truck, and that wouldn't make too much sense if that would just lead into the spacing between the buildings. Makes more sense of it standing up there in the corner, and I think it looks good. A corner modular building would be better up there, but I actually really like how it's looking there. So another thing, you might have already noticed that I got rid of my old ballast style. I'm gonna put a picture on the screen right now again. I just wasn't really happy with that. Even if I would have decorated it at some point, it still was not exactly what I wanted it to be. So I'm now building this style that a lot of people are using with one change. So most people use this kind of ballast with these tiles, but in my version there are 2 studs between the 2 tiles. Most people only use 1 stud, next tile, 1 stud, next tile, 1 stud, next tile. You know what I mean? And I think this spacing is actually quite realistic because I'm gonna show you a picture of a train track that's very near to my house, like so. The spacing between the 2 sleepers is actually very similar to the spacing that I have here going on. And I actually already have the pieces to build the whole layout with that ballast style. And another good thing is that if you use only a tile every, 1, 2, 3 studs basically, that's what this is. So if you always have a 2 stud gap, it makes it also a little bit cheaper. You wouldn't believe that, but I don't have too big of a layout. I have only this one train track that goes around there, and it splits at the train station. Sorry for that. And this definitely saves some money over the design that uses tile, one stud spacing, tile, 1 stud spacing. And this works very well. I built this with the pieces that I had, and I already have the pieces, as I said, to build the rest of it. I'm gonna build that as soon as I have time. So you will see new progress basically as soon as I have time to build. And then there will definitely be very good progress, so I want to get that little bit up there done finally. I spent way too much time on that whole sloped street project and the tunnel entrance and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get that done, and the next thing that I want to do after that is the ballast. Firstly that's very important, but right after that, by the way, these are the pieces for the ballast. I have them laying around here. So ballast and beach. I also have the pieces to build the beach, so that's very sad. I actually have quite a few tiles, trans clear, trans blue and trans dark blue tiles to make the water look very realistic. I have my lighthouse here. So this is actually, I have everything I need. I just need more time. And so I have all the pieces that I need for probably half a year, except for a few small ones. And so I'm not going to be able to build the beach in the very near future, but you can expect progress on that in like 2 months, I guess, 2 to 3 months, depending on how long the sloped street and the ballast takes me to build. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it's been a very long video. I'm gonna end this now. It's been a fun time just talking about the stuff that just goes through my mind, and I just want to end this video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time when I have more progress done.